Sorry if that was abrupt. I had the time out there. I didn't pay attention.
でも放課後か。だったら話は夜の方がいいかな。じゃあ夜になったらメールでも送るわ。
Sure.
どうよこの激写はあの一瞬で。私は
Sure, whatever.
悪く思わないでよね。現に起こったことをできる限り広く知らしめる。それが報道のあるべき姿なんだから。
Yeah, I know. But where did your Holy Trinity even come from? You weren't even carrying a bag.
それは企業秘密。けどヒントをあげると、秘密の鍵はこの帽子にあるかもしれないわよ。
She's keeping them in a strange place again. It really was a strange hat, but I wasn't sure if it was okay to ask about it, so I just let it go for now. But it was a good shot at least. I can certainly understand why she wanted to brag about it a little. Well, I'm doing fine, but I hope Chiho's okay. I'm not worried about her being scolded by teachers or anything, but I keep thinking other girls might give her the cold shoulder about that.
お優しいことね。何を怒っている？
Worried.
怒ってなんかいやしないわ。ただ、私は報道部ってこともあって知っているんだけど、千穂さん元から結構浮いているところはあるから。
Oh, really? I stopped eating.
ちょっとね。
For once, Tammy was being evasive. But Chio was so friendly. She was so popular back at Itsuru Auxiliary.
ちょっと気になったんですけど、お二人は前々からのお知り合いなのかしら？
Yeah. I sat back in the chair, resuming today's meal was 10-piece nigiri sushi.
まあ、そうでしょうね。いくらあなたがタンタトゥルセルパンとはいえ、入ったばっかりで不適切な関係にはなれないでしょうし。
Speaking of which, is that thing something you came up with, Tammy?
早くもあちこちで使われているのよ。はっきり言って渾身の命名だわね。
No, that's not what I'm asking.
で、どうなのよ。
Oh, right. Let's see. I guess you can call us childhood friends.
幼なじみ。昔から顔を合わせていたということ？
Yeah.
ああ、なるほど。だから君も呼び捨てで呼んでいるのか。私の情報網によると、千穂さんの方も呼び捨てだったそうだからさ。こりゃなんかあるなぁとは思っていたんだけど。いいわね。いいなぁ。この。私憧れちゃうわよ。
Tammy nudged me with her elbow. I shrugged and bopped with a nigiri in my mouth. Munch, munch.
素敵な男子が幼なじみか。なかなかいいわよね。なんかさっきからリセさん怒って
She seems to not understand feelings, Tammy.
怒ってなんかないってば。幼なじみって聞いて気になるだなんて、そんなこと思ってもいないんだから。
Oh god, her eyes are frightening.
ごちそうさま。
Mm-hmm.
で、まさやさん、何を涙目になって。
What did you say? Something? I felt like my face was going to explode. I could barely hear anything.
何を涙目になって身もだえていたのって言ったの。
Oh, it's just that wasabi was stronger than I expected.
タトゥルセルパンに料理人からのきついお仕置きじゃないかしらね。
Seriously?
単にミスっただけでしょ。本物の寿司職人さんが握ったわけじゃなし。
This is really good, though. I was surprised they make sushi for a school lunch. I wonder if I should have another plate. Wait, where's Rise?
出て行ったことにも気がつかなかったの？
Oh, that's right. She said son, didn't she?
さあ、まさやさんが聞こえなかったんならいいんじゃないの？
Hmm?
けど君って見かけによらず本当にタンタトゥルセルパンだわ。私もその のうち誘惑されちゃうのかしら。
What are you talking about?
私ったらバカね。何を言っているのよ。幼なじみ。メール。さっきの独り言は記事にしたりしないから安心して。ソンブルスキャナーにも仁義はあるのよ。それからマサヤさんはわさびに苦しんでいて聞こえなかったようだから、その点は安心してちょうだい。よかった。
Now, with this depressing music, the real problem came after Chiho and I arrived in the headmistress's office. I ran into Chiho almost right in front of the door, but she didn't respond when I addressed her, and she suddenly avoided eye contact. I was expected to receive a tongue lashing, so it wasn't really surprising, but the headmistress was somehow scarier than the chairwoman. It wasn't really violence. Well, I mean, I don't think it was really that bad. This isn't really a bruise. It's more like more of a mark. She tapped her desk with a fingernail in irritation. She cut off sharply and fixed with a cold gaze and eyes narrowed. To be honest, I don't. I checked on Shiho for the corners of my eye. Her head was bowed deeply, her eyes fixed on the floor. I'm sorry. I quickly parroted her words, but the headmistress' expression didn't soften. What does that mean? I didn't understand what she was talking about, but at the headmistress' words, Chiho's shoulder began to tremble. Headmistress? The truth is, I owed her a CD. Yeah, I broke Chiho's favorite CD, and that was, the reason she was mad. It's the truth. I had no idea how to respond in such exceptionally cruel words. Verbal harassment. Ever heard of it? I was just explaining what caused the fight. I understand, I'll tell you the truth. It's spring after all, so I lifted.
イエスは繰り返しおっしゃっているではありませんか。マサヤ君、叩かれたことは気にしていないの。
Yes, I don't mind at all.
ということで、いかがでしょう。この辺でそろそろ手打ちにしては。理事長のおっしゃることはもちろんわかります。
I like how she believes that over the CD thing. Like, that just proves her emotional unstability.
ことは二人の間だけにとどまりません。我がバンセンヌ全体に関わること。バンセンヌという器はこれまでずっと成長が保たれていました。そこに一滴の泥が入り込んでしまった。一滴とはいえ見過ごすことはできません。一体誰が濁った水を飲み干すことができますか？
You're treating me like mud? I can't help but feel a little offended.
それは違いますよ、校長先生。マサヤ君が泥なのではありません。泥は最初からそこにあったのです。どういう意味でしょう？長い歴史のうちにはどうしてもよどみが生じてしまいます。マサヤ君という一石はその泥を巻き上げた。であれば一時視界を曇らせたとしても、それは仕方のないことでしょう。よどみなどと。失礼ですが、理事長のお言葉とも思えません。私は驚きを禁じ得ません。よどみと言って言い過ぎであれば、それは意識と言い換えてもいいかもしれません。バンセンヌは人の心を一箇所に留め置く力がありますからね。良くも悪くも強烈な力場がある。まあ、校長先生がまた別のお考えをお持ちであることは私も承知しておりますが。わかりました。では理事長に免じて今回の件は不問に付すとしましょう。あまりきれいな水では魚も住めないと言いますし。
The headmistress didn't respond but turned back to Chio and me.
下がって結構です。
Yes, ma'am.
はい。
Wow, I can't believe we got out of that. I made a show of wiping my brow in relief.
私に助け舟を出したつもりなの。
Huh?
嘘をついたことよ。
Oh, that wasn't what I... As we talked, Chio still wouldn't meet my eyes.
嘘なんかしないんだからね。私、あんたのこと。おやおや。やっぱり二人の間には何かあるようなのです。
Madam Chairwoman.
いえ、いいのです。心揺さぶられることがあってこそ青春。さあ、行きましょう。マサヤ君ももう寮に戻るのでしょ。
As we walked back together, I spoke up. A manager earlier, the headmistress referred to Chiho as a final course tourist. What does that mean?
そう。そんなこと。そうした風潮も消えてくれることを期待して、私は教学科へと舵を切ったのですが。
But other than those few cryptic words, she wouldn't address my question at all. After dinner, I got an email from Rise and headed for the recreation room. Hey there.
ごきげんよう。もし人の目をはばかるような話なら、外に出てもいいですけれど、どうします？
No, it doesn't really matter.
ここにしましょう。
We headed for the sofa and sat.
じゃあ聞かせていただけるわね。千穂さんとの間に何があったのか。
Sure. Let's see where to start. I gazed off into the distance as I murmured to myself. I guess in the end it comes down to me breaking a promise. I think that's what Chiho meant when she called me a traitor.
どんな約束？
It was the day of our graduation. We agreed that after the ceremony we meet in the park where we played as kids. But I ended up not going.
どうして？
I couldn't go. I told you how my dad loans forced us to run away a year ago. It was the day of my
じゃあ
graduation.
それで。
It's true that there wasn't a lot of time, but we could have put off our departure a little. The biggest problem was my fear. At the time, my old man looked the most afraid he ever been. He was usually so laid back. He thought that collection of our dead had been passed to a violent gang known as the Goons. Yeah, them. Well, it's my dad's fault for not acting in good faith. He always managed to duck out his responsibilities one way or another. It was clear the creditors were getting pretty mad. My old man had a good nose for these things, and he got the feeling they'd be sending the mob. So we ran. My old man was probably exaggerating to make me understand why we were running out, but he really drummed into me how dangerous the goons were. I smiled barely. Well, that much was true, at least. They even attacked you on an unrelated matter. Anyway, he got me scared too. I just thought that after we ran away, the goons might target Chiho instead. That's what I kept thinking. Like you said, there was also a part of me that was broken up about having to leave. But at the time, I really was afraid. Maybe not, maybe so. I don't really know how the mob does things. Hmm? I see. Then I guess I did the right thing. Oh no, nothing like that. Not even the slightest. So I cut off ties with Chio right there, and for the same reason, didn't even try to contact her for where we had gone. In the end, the mob showed up there too. That's why I tried to not make any friends. Well, a year later, a bunch of stuff happened where we were, and my old man ended up coming back home to Shurigyo Gokai. Then the goons appeared, the old bastard ran, and you know the rest. I guess so. No, I haven't had the chance. You're right, though. I guess that should be the first thing I do. I'll go see her tomorrow then. What? Why? I stared at her in shock. Rai seemed unusually flustered. Ah. Way to beat around the bush. Is that natural? Right. She had gotten so strangely insistent, I couldn't help but nod along. I don't know. I never got the chance to find out. It was the next day when the bell rang to signal the end of class. Rise and I hurried to Class B where Chiho was. Due to the events of days before, her classmates all met us with gold stares. Chiho seemed to know the second we passed through the doors and fixed us with a glare. Well, I guess it was better than being ignored. As we arrived beside her desk, she turned her eyes to the two of us.
ったみたいだけど。あ、ええ、そう。けれどまあ、私からのお話は後回しで結構よ。後回し？今日はマサヤさんがあなたに謝罪したいんですって。それでこうしてきたんですけれど、一人じゃ早まりにも来れない。買っていく。
Oh, well.
いいえ、そういうことではなくてよ。私から言ったとまあ、乗りかかった。仲いいのね。ほら、早く。
Right. Listen, Chio, I'm sorry about what happened a year ago. I bowed low when strange Chio was finally looking me in the face. There were circumstances.
事情って？
I took strength from the fact that she was at least ready to listen and spoke quietly. You realized that I left right?
それは家が空っぽみたいってお母さんから電話があったから。
He had to skip down.
夜逃げ？そうだったの。
He skipped down? It said that in the newspaper his father was deeply in debt. Now that you mention it, Chio associated with someone like that? That's a firm curse student for you. There it was again. Showed a reaction at that phrase. Final course tourist. I wanted to know more about it, but I couldn't let the voices distract me. That's why I couldn't come see you. I mean, I had the time, but I just couldn't do it.
どういう意味？
It was about the debt. The more I thought about it, the more scared I became. That's right, I never told you about it, though I guess you probably realized that my family wasn't like normal families to start. Anyway, I wrestled with it, and in the end, I couldn't go. I didn't know what might happen, and I thought about it. I got so scared.
そう。
I mean, listen, maybe you didn't know, but, I was about to tell her about the dark underworld of the goons, but found myself stopping. Chiho's manner had changed in a strange way. At first, she had been meeting my eyes as she listened to my story, but now her gaze was turned downwards her shoulders. Like, Chiho?
あんたまで私のこと。
What? She turned to face me suddenly us the other day, clattering from her chair as she stood up. It was always the same. Then slapped me again. Ow. And where did she come from? Everything from the stinging pain in my cheek to the gleeful sound of the camera shutter was all just as it was the day before. Why? I stared in disbelief at the door Gio fled from. Did I say something strange?
さあ。
That's right. I know that one Bible face. It's if someone slaps you on the cheek. Yeah, I thought I put that into practice.
まず
That's also true. That happened. That happened. The cat returns the favor.
猫の恩返し。
And it's the cat. I leave my cats outside. Should I end? No, I could go for a little bit more.
全く呆れました。全く呆れて物も言えません。厳重に注意された翌日にはまた同じことの繰り返しですか。
Like, wait!
全くもう。
You weren't there! You try to understand.
千穂さん、お好みまさやか。今度はもう初回のようなおめこぼしはありませんよ。3日の謹慎処分とします。
まあまあ、校長先生。
これ以上寛大な処置はありません、理事長。
ただ、頬を叩いたものだから、見た目が派手というのは確かにありますが。
見た目？
引っかき合いの喧嘩。それはフィユドラ・バンセンヌの間でも決して珍しいとは言えないのではありませんか。
次元が違います。
嫌は同じですよ、校長先生。かつてはあなたも手の甲を引っかかれてなかなか治らないと嘆いたことがあったではありませんか。
昔の話を持ち出すのはいかがかと思いますが。
ただ変わらないことがバンセーヌの特徴ですからね。10年一日です。ともあれ、ひっかき傷と頬のもみじ、どちらが早く治るかは何とも言えないところでしょう。
わかりました。ただし今度で本当に最後です。次は理事長が何とおっしゃろうとそれ相応の処分を下します。下がりなさい。
Yes, ma'am.
はい。
Hey, Gio. Hey. She, just as it had been during lunchtime we met, she completely shut me off.
不思議よね。
It was evening, and we were speaking in the recreation room as we had done 2 days ago.
木で見て、私も頭の中が疑問符でいっぱいになったわ。マサヤさんは確かに普通に話を進めていたと思う。ともあれ、あんな風に激高させる失態なんてなのに、一体千穂さんは何を思ったのかしら。
Yeah, Chiho was giving me the silent treatment, so I had no idea what could have caused that. That night I had lain in bed staring at the ceiling, repeating the scene over and over in my head. I still couldn't grasp what I did or said to make her so angry. We were sitting together in silence when we heard a hesitant knock on the door.
こちらにいらしたんですね。あら、ルリコさん。ごきげんよう。ごきげんよう。パン君も。
Hey?
千穂さんのことでお話ししたい。
Sure.
今、私たちも昨日のことで相談していたところなのよ。そうですか。だったらちょうどよかったです。私もマサヤさんも彼女の行動には疑問でいっぱいだわ。ルリコさんも同じね。はい。私、マサヤさんに謝らないといけません。
Why?
最初に千穂さんが叩いた時はきっとあなたが何か悪いことをしたのだろうとそう思ったんです。ただ目撃のショックから覚めてみるとそれはどうも早計に過ぎるように思えてきました。そして昨日のことです。伊勢さんもご一緒でしたから。え、私？伊勢さんは事情を把握しているように見えました。その上でマサヤさんと行動を共にしている。それはつまり十分に納得のいく事情だったのではないかと。そうご明察。さすがはビジュブル。聡明だわ。
I had to agree. She acts so vapid, but it was true that she was quiet and gentle, but she appeared to be quite observant as well.
その事情、私にも聞かせていただけませんでしょうか。
Of course.
そんなことが。そしてマサヤさんの懸念は結果的には当たっていたのよ。極悪組でしたっけ。あの二人組本当に危ない連中だったんだから。けれど思い出すと悔しいし申し訳ないわ。 宝くじのことよ。
I told you not to worry about that.
ですけど、確かに
Virgo thought quickly for a moment before continuing.
むにやまれぬ事情ですね。でしょ。なのになんで千穂さんは激高したのかしら。ただ昨日の出来事はマサヤさんがきちんと説明するよりも前に起こったようでした。ええ、それもそうね。それで私、千穂さんのことで前々から気になっていたことがあるんですが。
Why is that? As I leaned forward, Virgo slumped in her chair.
千穂さんのこと、と
Well, we were childhood friends. It's been over a year since we saw each other. I didn't even know she planned to go here after graduation. That's why seeing her here had been such a shock. If this were a normal school, it would have been a big deal, but this was the famous Vesnes, and Chiho's family was decidedly middle class.
どうして普通進路の話くらいはするのではなくて
I've been hiding my family situation for a while, which made it hard to talk about.
昨日も千穂さんは夜逃げと聞いて驚いていましたがどうして隠していたんですか
I didn't want to worry her. Chiho's parents helped me a lot when my family situation. They were good people. I didn't want to put them through that. Plus, my old man was such a con artist. I was afraid that if I made them take pity on me, he would get them involved in it. So I decided I would never mention money to him.
そうですかマサヤさんの方はわかるとして千穂さんはどうして黙っていたのかしらね
I'm not really sure. I wouldn't have minded if she wanted to brag a little.
寂しかったのではないでしょうか
And also, I'll end it here. We will continue this next time. This is the Anime Alley, signing off.